Okay, I tried to find a room that had better lighting, and this is kind of as good as it gets from me. Um, Wanted to talk about a couple things. Okay, so yes, I found the Hogwarts gear. I've been like wearing this sweater for like the last day. It's been great. Love it so much. But yeah, London might be my favorite city at this point. Like, I like the city a lot. It's a great city. Um, there's this thing when you are now going to the UK, you have to apply for something called ETA, and I got mine. I was approved immediately, and it gives you the ability to live there for 6 months. So I don't know. Maybe when I finish this program, I might actually take advantage of that because I feel like I would probably have at least some money saved up by then, and I really, really adore London, so that's a thing. Also, I want to talk about this Jay-Z situation mostly because he put out a statement, and there's a couple of other creators that I follow who have talked about it. And I'm here for the cultural commentary about society, and I do think that this is something that's important. I saw that Beyonce posted something about some Christmas performance. It looks like Miss Tina might have liked a post and unliked the post. Here's what I will say. So Jay-Z actually put out a full statement where he's like demonizing the attorney who is representing the woman who alleges that when she was 13 this happened. Now, I don't know if you guys go back and watch some of either Brett Cooper's old content or Amanda, whatever, when they were covering the Diddy stuff. There's actually a couple of photos that are pretty like telling, where it's like Diddy right here, Jennifer Lopez basically naked, and Jay-Z standing right next to them. So they were clearly at like, I think Diddy had on like shorts. Jay-Z might have had on like a tank top, but pretty much everyone was like, J-Lo's completely nude. You just see her whole. And this is just a photo that's been like floating around. It's like one of the freak offs. I think here's my opinion about it. There's no telling really, if that exact claim that, Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old child, if that's true or not. But I will say this, there are just so many examples of Diddy kind of abusing underage people who've come out and shared their stories. And there's just been a lot of other stories where it's been very clear that like Diddy has just paid someone off for, uh, the one that I like to bring up often, but I don't know if people take this one seriously enough, was the one like the when Diddy was in the club, and there's a woman who's basically like in the club as well, and Diddy is like firing shots at someone. He misses them, but the woman takes a bullet, and he ends up blackmailing her for like saying that he did that. To me, that was wild. Like, that is kind of when I feel like I started to understand like the character of that guy. Or if you see something that happened with like his son, where there was a security officer who was like shot in the arm, and there's no police records of it or anything like that. And so it's very clear that like they just like paid off people to cover it up. And I just kind of feel like there's kind of a lot of examples of this, and it's very strange that people are like covering that up. Like, why are why are they covering that up? Like, no one else can do that. And like, you're not like, if you live in society with the rest of us, then like you'd have to, how do you say, like the rules apply to everyone. And I really feel like all of these people believe that they are against above the law, and I think that's very strange. I think that like some other really strange things are like, okay, if like I don't expect for them to, how do you say, denounce or change anything about their friendship. Like, I'm talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce's friendship with P. Diddy, but I will say, if your friend is accused of such a heinous act and so many people come out and are saying, like, you know, this is awful, this is what this person did to me, and you just say nothing, which is what they have virtually done. They've just said nothing. And so, especially the things around Cassie, I think that, like, the silence of so many celebrities around what happened with Cassie to me is so telling, because like they knew of this girl, this woman, and like the things that he like did to her that we have on tape. So you can't say that, you know, he didn't do that. I feel like Jay-Z was trying to make a point that it's worse because it was a child, except I feel like I've seen like 6 documentaries that talk about how when he was a full grown adult, he was like dating Foxy Brown, who was like 14, and basically like, you know, maneuvered, or how do you say, adultified her in a few ways, and was a big inspiration behind her music and her hypersexualization. So we're not going to say that the same thing happened to Beyonce, but there's a lot of questions around like how old she was when they started dating, because rumors are that it's like 14 or 15. So, I mean, these are the people that we're like dealing with. And I understand that a lot of people like to like save face and things like that now. And I, you know, I don't know. I think that though that's the thing about America to me that's very scary. I feel like a lot of people can be bought. A lot of people are bought. The things that we're seeing with like Hunter Biden, where I feel like we've been watching this for a while. It's like that kid, he's not even a kid, he's a whole adult, but it's just like so many things that are just going so wrong with that young old man, whatever he is. And he's just not being held accountable at all because he's like Biden's son. It's like that's not a reason for you to be above the law. It's just not. It's just not. It doesn't matter. Like if you're breaking the law, then you too should be held accountable. Anyway, I don't know. I guess that's one of the reasons that is, yeah, part of the thing that excites me about Europe, that makes me like Europe over America, because I'm just really tired of the like dishonesty and like games and stuff. Like to me it's not funny, but London is an incredible city. Like so much content that I'm really excited to share with you guys about London. It's a great city. Like I love it. I love it a lot. And I will say, like, you know, where I stayed, was at King's Cross. It's a main tube station that's right by a train station. So a very central part of the city. Like the first time I did New York, you know, I lived in Manhattan. I worked in Manhattan. So I do feel like a lot of the rap that comes out of London is usually like project rap, where people are singing about kind of destitution a little in the city in Europe. I didn't have that experience, obviously, but London as a city is great, and I would highly recommend you see it. So yeah.